We have the 8 o'clock update on Ernesto, a hurricane that has been spinning along and moving closer and closer to Bermuda. As we take a look again, the island's directly in the path here, and it's going to be kicking up some waves across the East Coast. You can see it's far away. Bermuda is 650 roughly miles away from Hampton Roads in the East Coast here. But as it moves along, even with the outer parts of this thing maybe being a good 400 miles or so away, it is going to stir up the ocean a little bit, and we are going to see increasing threats of rip currents along the coast. For Bermuda, there is a hurricane warning for the island, so they're bracing for this. Still, the winds, as they've been all morning, at 100 miles per hour, so it's a Category 2 hurricane with gusts to 120 miles per hour. Movement is north-northeast at 13 miles per hour, and it is forecast to come very close to Bermuda, maybe just over or a little bit to the west of the island, putting it in the heart of that storm. As it moves along, again, it's going to eventually encounter some cooler water in the North Atlantic, and it will weaken. As far as the rip current threat goes, it is a high risk of rip currents from Oregon Inlet down through Hatteras, Ocracoke, all the way down through Wilmington and along the southeast coast south of that. North of the Oregon Inlet for Virginia Beach, there's a moderate threat of rip currents, and you can see the threat is also moderate up along the Jersey Shore. Areas off to the north, some of the south and southeast facing beaches there along Long Island under a high risk of rip currents as well. The Ernesto impacts are going to be felt here at the coast in terms of the increasing wave height. We could see waves building 4 to 8 feet. It's going to be possible this weekend, so you definitely want to stay tuned for more on that. We'll see increasing swells and a high rip current risk into early next week. There may also be some areas of coastal erosion, so we're going to be watching that. Tide's also coming up a little bit. So a lot to watch with Ernesto. Again, the main thrust of the impacts, the wind and the rain and the real bad storm surge, that's all out around Bermuda. But for us, we will be watching for that increased risk of rip currents. Stay tuned to 13 News for more updates as we go through the weekend.